Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Small Business Saturday Shoutouts here. Today's Saturday. I'm Alicia Couri, your host, and I hope my computer has been a little glitchy lately, so I hope it stays stable enough for us to get through this incredible interview that we have for you today. And I want to wish everybody a happy first week of October. Hope you all had a phenomenal week. I had a really amazing week at a business conference. It was so incredible. It was virtual, but we were there live, and it was just amazing. So anyway, I want to bring up my guest for today, and we only have one guest. I know usually we have two on Saturday, but I wanted to pace myself after a full week of this conference and traveling and everything. But we have with us today on Small Business Saturday Shoutouts, Rochelle Schwartz. And Rochelle and I have known each other for several years now. She is the most amazing woman. She is a certified master relationship coach for 20 years. And she works with people to help them shift their stories, create new stories so they can stand in their power, their confidence, their integrity, their gratitude, their happiness, and love. So that her clients can live extraordinary lives. She helps them break patterns, beliefs, and thoughts. And when you do that, that's how you create the magic. She also hosts her own show, actually two shows per week. And I've been a guest on her show, and she is just a superstar. I love her. And you're going to learn a lot from Rochelle today. So welcome to the show, Rochelle.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here with you. Absolutely ecstatic. Thank you
Hey,
so much.
we've been trying to do this for over a year.
True. It's true. But I think the first time the technology for me was way too much. So I couldn't get it together. So now it's perfect timing. Like
Now we've got
everything.
it. Now we're rolling it.
We're
Yeah.
rocking and rolling.
And you are an example of someone who just not just reinvents yourself, but you just keep growing. My cousin was telling me yesterday, I think it was, she's like, oh, they raised the age of retirement from 60 to 65. What are they trying to do to us? And I'm like, I know people in their 70s who just aren't quitting. They're not interested in retirement. They keep forging ahead and creating new opportunities for themselves. And that's Coach Rochelle. She is not a woman that sits still at all. Are
No,
you, lady? Are
no,
you?
no, I'm not.
So right off the bat, I want you to tell everyone about your services, what you do, and who your client, your really absolute best client is.
Well, even doing this work for so many years now, as you reinvent yourself, so do your clients. It's just
Mhm.
amazing. And so basically, primarily, I love working with women. Why? Because they have this intuitiveness about them, and they're just, for me, much easier to work with.
Mhm.
That's what I've experienced. I really love the idea of working with women who are basically going through a change. They're
Mhm.
going through, they're empty nesters, or they want to reinvent themselves at a certain age.
Mhm.
If they're in a corporate business, then they want to really get out and look like, what is it that I want to do now? I've raised my family. And so it's my whole life now. What do I want to do with it?
Right.
Those are perfect people, as well as people getting divorced. And you and I know there are more people right now that are getting divorced because of COVID.
Mhm. But yeah, so if you're in any kind of transition, if you're a woman in any kind of transition, that's really who you're looking to work with. because it's about letting go of some of that stuff
Yes.
that might be holding you back from really soaring. Yeah.
And
Anything? Keep going.
but the other thing is we want to take the stories that we have, whatever they are, and they're not working anymore. It's time to like shift them.
Yes.
And so it's recreating a story that through this work that I do, which is shadow work, it's you going into the light, going into what is it that you want right now, and just going back and thinking about what are the things that made you happy when you were younger.
All
And
right.
a lot of times you create businesses out of those things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that I love, love, love working with people because when you can reinvent your story and stand in your power and in your truth, in your confidence, man, you are happy. You are so, so happy.
Yeah. And it's not about declining as you get older. It's not about, well, the best years are behind me. I really don't have that much to look forward to except grandchildren. All of that is really not growth, and it's not perpetuating life, and it's not expanding and increasing you. And that's really what you want to help people do.
Absolutely. And I have to be the example of it. You know, it's just like the law of attraction, you're in alignment. And I just do certain things to support me before I get out of bed. And then it's like, okay, what is it that I want to do today? And then just let it go and just see where it takes me. I,
Right.
you know what? I've learned so much in 75 years
Yeah.
that it's not forcing anything, it's not making anything happen. It's just releasing and letting go
Allowing it to come to you.
and just allowing it. And I've gone through many layers of that, but this last piece is so exciting for me. And I have a book that is right now, that's being looked at. And I'm excited about that. That's my memoir. So it's now a new chapter.
Nice. I read your bio, and it didn't really say all the amazing accomplishments that you've had in your life, and all the opportunities that you have taken advantage of. I mean, you were on the Oprah show,
Yes.
and talk about that a little bit for us.
It was very interesting because my mentor and teacher, it was Debbie Ford.
Mhm.
And she had left a message. We had those little machines that you leave messages
Yes.
on.
Way back in the good old days.
The message, this is the Oprah show is looking for somebody. They've been looking for a while and they need somebody by Friday. This was, I think, on a Wednesday. So I had a number, I called, and then they needed certain, pictures and they interviewed me. And then I had to go to the next person, be interviewed, say things that I couldn't say, what I could say. And they flew here because it was such a small span
Yeah,
of
short
time.
time.
So, me coming to my house, I said to the guy, "Do you want bagels? You want me to have some lox for you?" He was shocked. Coming to my home. And so they came, and of course, I had that, and they were there for many hours. But he did say it's going to be a very short span. It's maybe 3 minutes tops.
Mhm.
So,
That's about right.
yeah, so then it did air on a Monday, and then I flew out there. I'm not sure how many weeks later, but then I went to the, Harpo studio,
Chicago, right, in
and
Chicago.
then it was like, oh my God, it was huge. And it was so exciting. It really was. I felt like a little girl in a candy store in
Wow.
pictures of all these people that were on her show and the stars. And it
Mhm.
was a life-changing moment for me. And I have that memory so etched in my heart because
Right.
it was that special. It really was. Yeah, it was.
And you were sharing about relationships?
The segment was about staying in your integrity
Mm.
because at that time, oh God, at that time I was separated.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got back together. But I had to come out and say, and well, I knew he cheated, but I was the one who had to stay in my integrity and say, I did too. Even
Mm-hmm.
though it was after, it didn't matter. And I shared it. I really did. And I stayed in integrity with that. I stayed in integrity with my body. And so that's why I got on, I believe, anyhow.
And,
Yeah.
and it's so good that you're a relationship coach that's been through relationships. Some people are relationship coaches that have never been married or never been through stuff. And some people believe, how could you be a relationship coach to me if you've never been through something? You've not walked in my shoes. You don't know what I'm going through. So how could you possibly relate and help me through this process? Which is probably why you're a great coach for women, especially women in transition, and
Mm.
especially women going through a divorce or some kind of life altering, life shifting challenge like that. Correct? Yeah. You've
Absolutely.
been through it.
Absolutely. Been there, done that. And it's true. It really is. I had to do my work for me to be able to hold that space for others.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been in integrity if I couldn't. Just couldn't do it. I know I just couldn't. So by going through all these things, and there are many, many, many of them, that's what made me a good coach.
Yeah. And the shadow work that you do just also helps people uncover and unearth some other things that they're probably not even aware of, to bring self-awareness to them. Talk a little bit about that work
Well,
that you
because that's also, we have certain wounds, we have certain beliefs.
do.
And
Mhm.
so if we don't look at those beliefs, they're going to keep on showing up. And
Yeah.
how they show up is by other people coming through our life. And if we become very triggered by what they're saying, to me today, I bless it because I look at myself. It has nothing to do with these people. It's
Mhm.
me to look and see what is it that's so upsetting to me.
Right.
And the same as somebody saying and looking, and I'm going, they are so fabulous. Look at what they're doing. And that's where a lot of times Facebook can really pull you down when you're looking at everybody else and then why am I not doing this? And how come she's doing that? And
Mhm.
you're comparing yourself. It's all about coming back to yourself,
Mhm.
coming back to the self-love within yourself and really looking and taking responsibility for
Right.
because nobody else is.
Yeah, exactly. And we have to hold ourselves not just accountable, but to a standard, compare ourselves to ourselves, not to anyone else. It's like, are you doing the best for
Yeah,
you right now? And if you're
absolutely.
not, why aren't you?
Yeah,
And how can someone support you in that? And that's what Rochelle is there to do, to help support you to become the best you that you can be. And by becoming the best her, she knew how to, like continuing to progress and becoming the best in who she is and what she does. Talk to me a little bit about your shows.
oh
Uh,
my God. The laws of love.
Laws of Love.
I couldn't be doing it unless I had to learn to come back to my own self-love. That's the
Mhm.
truth. So when I got that message, I'm here to teach love, I was shocked. But bottom line is I understood it as I continued to work through my stuff. And so the laws of love is basically we have like you come on and talk about what is your law of love. And then I read your bio and we asked you and we had questions. So that's on Tuesdays at 10:30 and till 11. And that's under Blanca at the Laws of Life shop. And then I was picked up by True Oldies Radio because of
Mm.
people liking what I had to say, and I'd had a lot of people looking at me. So I'm on. When I heard the when I heard the name True Oldies, it was like, oh my God, you're putting me in that category. Well, yeah, girl, you are, and embrace it.
Embrace it. Love it.
Yeah. So I have a segment called "Fired Up with Love" with Blanca, and we pick topics and I talk about it, and then someone will write in and say, Dear Coach, I'm in this situation, I'll answer it. And then I give them a little love nugget as to what to do. And it's been fabulous. I absolutely love it. I really do.
Awesome. So Virgil asked, and I'm going to put his comment back up again. He said, so if Gandhi never divorced, he couldn't give advice to a person going through a divorce. And I'll let you answer that, and I'll give my opinion if you like.
I think that he was a very wise man, and he was, I believe, very elevated. Not like, I mean, he was. I think he was really elevated to where he was, and I do think that because he's done whatever he's done, I think he could speak into it, no question about it. But I still believe that, in my experience, you still need to go through certain things that perhaps somebody that hasn't been able to, I believe that you would need to go through it to some degree. I do.
At least, and in my opinion, there are some people that can speak into certain things and can help you through certain areas and certain feelings that you've been through. But there are some people that want to be coached through by someone who's been through it,
Right.
that understands and has not just that level of sympathy for you, but also because they've been through it, they really, really understand the depth of what you've been through. It's like, for me, it's like telling someone about childbirth that's never been through childbirth. Like, there are things that happen during that time. Even parenting, people who have never had children and giving you advice about how to parent your child, it could be very great advice, very good advice. But sometimes the things that you're feeling, they haven't felt those things.
Yeah.
Like that frustration of really wanting to strangle your child if they've never had a child. It's like, but I understand. No, you can't possibly understand.
That is true.
But yeah, there are some people who, like you said, like who have elevated their consciousness to the point that they can speak into certain things for you, but not everybody's a Gandhi. Not everybody's done that kind of work. Not everybody has really been through that to walk you through that. So that's to your point, Virgil.
Yeah.
But some people like someone who's been through it to coach them through it as well.
Right. Exactly.
And that I don't know what the angry face was. I got an angry face emoji, but I don't know what the angry face emoji was. So let's talk about what you have coming up in November. Oh my gosh, can you believe it's only 3 more months in the year?
I know.
2020 is almost over. So let's talk about what you got coming up.
Okay. So October 29th, I'm doing a free Zoom, so people can come on and I will share about the group coaching, which is break free, and it's 7 weeks. It's future focus, and I felt I was so guided because it was like we're going into 2021, and man, this year has been unbelievable for everybody. So why not get together? I can only work with 8 women to end the tops and elevate ourselves and really get out of the box. Really go for the gusto. We deserve it. And so it takes you through your visions and your goals, and it's all meditating. And it also looks at what's stopping you from going to that bigger vision. And in a group, you hold this very sacred space where people may share and say something that you didn't want to say, but you help them by sharing it, and they go, I'm not alone. I'm really not alone on this. She feels that way as well. And that's kind of what it's going to be. And I've done it a lot. It's a very powerful 7-week course. And it's once a week. It's November 5th through December 17th. And it's from 7 to 8:30 on Zoom.
Excellent. So October 29th from 7 to 8. There's a free Zoom. So to learn more, you can go to You can contact Coach Rochelle at comcast.net or call 954-464-7017. So contact Coach Rochelle by email, or you can text her or call her, or reach out to her, reach out to her on Facebook here as well, Coach Rochelle. She is in the Small Business Saturday Shout Out group. So all of you who aren't yet in that group, if you're watching on YouTube or watching us on any other channel here on Facebook, come on over to the Small Business Saturday Shout Out group and connect with Coach Rochelle. So that's October 29th, and that is for her program, her 7-week program in November, all about taking you to the next level for 2021, right? So it's 7 weeks.
Absolutely.
To take you to another level for 2021. So anything that you'd like to share that I didn't ask you about, feel free to share now.
My God, I think you did a great job. They can also go to my website, which is RochelleSchwartz.com.
RochelleSchwartz.com.
Yeah. And you say Rochelle Schwartz very quickly, see what happens.
I know. I got tongue-tied at the beginning.
It happens to everybody. It happens to everybody.
Rochelle Schwartz, yeah. So again,
I just want people to know that they are so important and they are so worthy of having their dreams and living the most exciting, extraordinary life for themselves, and owning it and standing in that, really, and all love. It's just pure love of you.
Yes, because we have to get back to self-love. We have to get back to the place where we love ourselves unapologetically. Like, really, really love who you are, warts and all, because we all have warts.
True.
Don't keep trying to hide them. We all do.
That's true.
Don't try to deny it. We have them. There are things about us that, hey, we're not perfect beings. We're not. And so it's about learning to love every aspect of who you are, and then taking all of that and amplifying who you are in this world, and making this world a better place. So, Coach Rochelle, she helps you break through all those things to get you in that place where you are really shining your light brightly all over the world. And it does not matter how old you are.
No, it's certainly, look at me. My God, I keep on reinventing myself.
And you're a model. You're a skincare line model now too.
Can you imagine?
In your bio.
Is that amazing? I know, from Belize.
You have to wait till you're 75 to become a skincare model.
But it's true. When I was told that, and I thought, oh my God, that's incredible. And it's a very exciting, it's how you want to look at it. Do you know what I'm saying? You can look at it as the glass half empty or half full.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Fabulous care of herself.
Well, it came from a lot of really taking self-care. And that's really where self-love comes in. It is self-care, and it is taking care of yourself, no matter what it is. I mean, I see you running. I love it when I see you do that. I do. I don't do that, but I love it. It's very inspirational. When you can inspire other people, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. So check out Laws of Love. Go to Blanca at lawsoflife.shop, and you can check out Laws of Love. And what was the name of the other show?
Fired Up with Love.
Fired Up with Love. Also there. So listen to Coach Rochelle, follow Coach Rochelle. And again, if you want to get in touch with her to find out about her program, it's Coach Rochelle at comcast.net. Or you can call her number. It's 954-464-7017. And on October 29th, it's going across on the crawler. October 29th is a free Zoom to learn about her 7-week program. So she has all these wonderful things coming up. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Thank you so much, Coach Rochelle, for coming on the show. You inspire me all the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Really, I love doing this with you.
Yeah.
So thank you. Really, I feel very blessed today. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, don't go anywhere. Just stick around for me for a little bit. So that was Coach Rochelle Schwartz. I know, say that 3 times fast, right? So any of you who were joining us today, if you are not part of our group here on Facebook, please join the group. It's facebook.com/groups/small business Saturday shout out. And if you have a small business that you would like to share with others and you'd like to get interviewed for Small Business Saturday shout out, please, please, please let me know. We have a in the group, you can just say, hey, I want a shout out. I'll send you the link to book it. And when you do a Small Business Saturday shout out with me, you get the video to keep for yourself. I edit it, I give it to you, and you can keep this and promote your business, promote yourself through this interview. So again, join the Facebook group. Also, I am also asking if you can subscribe. If you're here watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It's youtube.com/C/Alicia Couri. So come on and help me get my, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I would love your support on that. And if you want to connect with me, the host here of Small Business Saturday Shout Out, you can go to Alicia360.com. That is the easiest way to connect with me on all social media platforms, Alicia360.com. Until next time on another Small Business Saturday Shout Out, I'm your host, Alicia Couri, and I hope you have a really amazing week coming up. See you next week. Mwah. Bye.